Hi, welcome to Marketing. This is a very brief overview of Chapter 1. I'm going to use it as a way to get you started in this textbook, give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about, and then also to talk to you about your research project as well as your final project. So at this point in time, you may wish to pause this recording and open up the research project and the final project, which you can find in the drop boxes or underneath the content. So, Chapter 1 basically gives you an overview of what marketing is and what we're going to study in this course. Let me take you a little bit through how this textbook is arranged and the different types of things you might expect. At the very beginning of each chapter, they give you learning objectives. You should probably take a look at these learning objectives to know where you're going in the chapter. It gives you some ideas as far as what you're going to be exposed to. In this presentation today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the marketing, what it is, and again, we're going to go into then your research project and your final project. Now, when we talk about marketing, marketing is basically an overview, a total understanding within a company on how they satisfy a customer. That's not to say that we aren't profitable, because that's very important, but it is the how do we make sure our customer feels like they're getting a value out of the product offering that we give them. The other thing that's very important is that you realize that when we talk about marketing, typically there are 4 P's: the product, the place, which we call distribution, but it starts with a P if you want to call it that, place, promotion, and pricing. These are the major sections of your textbook. And it's also the major parts that you'll be focusing on when we talk about your final project. Again, when we talk about marketing, this is not a department within a company. Rather, it is the whole company. Everyone in the company is looking towards satisfying the customer. Marketing, here is the official definition from the American Marketing Association, which actually has a lot of resources. If you ever need to find some stuff about marketing, go to the American Marketing Association. Basically, it is the activities that we use within a company to take our 4 Ps and communicate what it is that we have to our customers, whether they be consumers or whether they be another business. We also take a look at the community that we live in, society at large, and how we can be a good corporate citizen. Now, your textbook is basically arranged this way. We talk about what an exchange is, giving up something of value to someone else, and hopefully that whole exchange is a very satisfactory exchange. We also talk about our 4 Ps: product, place or distribution, promotion, and price. And then you can't forget about the things that are going on in the external environment. What's making a product popular at the time, what regulatory factors are involved, those types of things. So as you go through the textbook, you'll see that it's actually broken up into these major components. Excuse me. Now, when we talk about value, value is very important. It is charging the right price. It's giving the right information to your consumer. It is being a good partner with them such that they trust you and that they will come back again for more product. Customer satisfaction it's not always a pricing thing. It is a matter of that the product that I purchased meets my expectations, and even better yet, if it exceeded it. Now, the key part here is to set the expectations appropriately. There's a big difference between the expectations of a Honda Civic versus a Mercedes high-end vehicle. Both very satisfactory vehicles, but there are different expectations. So again, it depends on how you set your customers' expectations and then whether or not you meet them. So keep that in mind as we go through the course. Now, I always use the phrase cheaper to keeper, and that is that, it's a lot less expensive to keep an existing customer, sell them more often, than it is to find new customers. And of course, we do have to find new customers, but once we find those customers, we want to keep them in the long term. How do we do that? We make sure that people within our company are oriented towards the customers, that we actually look at what the customers expect and need. We train our customers, or our employees, accordingly, and give them the tools that they need to make decisions and respond. Obviously, a company has to have very strong teamwork to make this a successful venture. So that's a very high-level overview of Chapter 1 and what you're going to be seeing in the textbook. So if you would, please, open up your final project, and we're going to go through this just a little bit more. Okay? Now, this final project you're going to be working on throughout the whole course. Please don't wait till the end, because if you do, you're going to find yourself rushed, and we don't want that. what you're going to do is you're going to develop a marketing plan. Now, this marketing plan, there's a lot of different ways of making a marketing plan. I provided you a template here as far as the final project goes, and there's also more marketing plans available here underneath this link. So take a look at those if you would like. The first part of the marketing plan is the last part that you'll do, and that is the executive summary. The executive summary, after you've written the complete marketing plan, come back, write the executive summary. It's typically 2 to 3 paragraphs long, and it highlights the important parts of your marketing plan. Not everything can get in there, okay? Now, the first step that you're going to do is you're going to do an environmental analysis. This basically says, who is our company? Our mission statement. What are we currently selling? What are we currently, how do we sell them, who do we sell them to, and how do we get them there, okay? And then we're going to look at the external environment. Who are our competitors? Are there certain economic forces that make us behave in one way or another as a company? Are there any laws or regulations that we have to take a look at? Are there any changes in elections that actually might affect us? And technology. How has technology changed our product? How has it changed how our target market thinks? What technological forces do you have? And then finally, from a cultural or a society perspective, what is our target market? Are they making changes in their lives? Are they getting older? Are they more internet prone? Those types of questions you might want to answer in the social cultural forces section. Continuing on taking a look at the internal and external influences, we do a SWOT analysis. Looking at the company internally, what are the strengths of our company? List 3 of them here. What are our weaknesses? How do these weaknesses actually, what can we do to minimize these weaknesses? Okay. On the outside and the external, what opportunities are available to us? And what threats are out there that we need to take a look at and make some changes on so that we're not blindsided. Okay, so those are kind of the things that you'll want to look at. It requires that you take a look outside of the company, inside the company, and make a good determination of where you're at currently. Okay, now once you figure out where you're at currently, then the question is, where do you want to go? So this is what are your objectives for marketing for the next year or so? Okay. You also need to determine who is your target market. And within the book, we will actually talk about target markets and how we can define who they are and how we then market to them. Typically speaking, there are 2 markets we look at. The consumer market, who goes to Walmart and purchases the stuff for you, for example, versus the organizational market, which is the Walmart. How do we sell to Walmart? So we do have 2 different types of market many times when we're looking at consumer goods. So there is a bit of the target market. Now we're moving into our 4 Ps. Your product strategies, your pricing strategies, your place or distribution strategies, and your promotional strategies. Now, the textbook is going to lead you through each of these, and as you go through the different chapters associated with these, please make sure that you look at this, answer the questions, and move along with this final project as you go through the chapters. And then finally, at the very last section is a timeline for completion. Now, I realize that you probably don't have a good feel for the company that you chose or for and who works there and those types of things. Make your best estimate. Make a good estimate on what you think the budgetary figures might be and those types of approaches. Okay, so there is your final project. Again, work on this project throughout the semester, or the course, I should say, and then when you get towards the end, you'll find that it comes down to I need to write my executive summary at the very top, because this is all the information that I've gathered, and I can make a very good summary of what I determined or discovered. And then make sure that you have your plan written in a nice professional format. There's a separate video that I will have available for you regarding your research project, so take a look at that, and that's your 2 big projects that you'll have for the course. Good luck to you.